Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Australia. Good morning, Canada. If you can hear me, push some like or love buttons and let's get this party started. Good morning, David. Morning, honey. How's everybody doing this morning? I love it. I love it. Morning. It's so funny. We get up every day. We look forward to seeing each other. It's such a beautiful thing. Let's, Christopher Hudson, I just love you back. All right, let's jump right into this because I think this is important. I want to tell you guys a story. So the theme of this morning's coffee talk is, this too shall pass. It may feel like a kidney stone, but it will pass. I want to tell you guys a story, a very honest story. I have gone through numerous phases of my life where I have been involved in life situations where I thought it literally cannot get any worse. I'm not going to make it. I'm legit not going to make it. Back when I was 17 and my dad died and my best friend started sleeping with my boyfriend of 2 years. Now, when you're 17 and your best friend starts sleeping with your boyfriend, you feel like the world is going to end. Literally. Then, coupled with the fact that my dad died and I was so broken and damaged and distraught and hurt. And I remember my mom crawling into bed with me and telling me a story about a boy named Patty when she was young in high school who broke her heart, and how she felt like she was going to die, that it was going to hurt like that forever. And my mom's dad died when she was 17. So not only did her dad also die, but the boy she loved broke her heart. And I remember when my mom crawled into bed with me, I remember thinking, she doesn't get it. She doesn't understand how bad I feel, but she did. And I know that one day I will crawl into bed with Olivia and I will push her hair out of her face and she will tell me a story of a boy who broke her heart and destroyed her. And I will tell her the story of when I was 17, about how Kevin broke my heart and destroyed me. And she will wonder if I can really figure out her pain, if I really know what she's talking about. I hope Olivia will let me climb in bed with her. But when you're 17 and somebody breaks your heart, you think, and as you get older, that pain will stop. Like, surely the man who marries me isn't going to break my heart. The man who marries me isn't going to hurt me like the boy when I was 17, because when we were 17, we didn't know any better. In our grown-ups, we know better, right? So I never expected Michael to hurt me in those ways, because you just don't expect that from Berthanda Luber. You did catch me live, baby. This is live. And I love that you asked, and I think you are my favorite person of the entire day. Did I catch you live? Am I here? Is this happening? Is it real? It's real. Here I am, live, happening right now. I want to tell you guys a story. So about 1.5 years ago, or maybe 1 year ago, actually, I went through one of the most professional heartbreaks of my entire professional existence. And the day after it all went down, Michael knew how devastated I was. He was out of town and we were FaceTiming and I was crying and crying and crying. And he was like, I'm going to come home. I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to be there for you. Now, I want you to really listen to me. Okay? He said, I have to work, but when I'm done working, I will get in the car and drive 2 hours, 2 hours home to you. And I will be there for you. And I've told him, I am literally hanging on by a thread. I need you. Now, I'm not a girl who says I need you very often. So when I tell Michael, it is 7 a.m., by the way, here in Birmingham. When I say to Michael, I need you, it's a big deal because I don't say that often, okay? And I said to him, I am on the floor. I have not been this low in a long time, Michael, and I am here with our kids and I need you. And he said, I'm coming. Right, as soon as I can get out of work, I'm coming. Okay. So he calls me to say, I'm on my way. I got out of work and I'm on my way home. So I think, great. All I have to do is wait about an hour and a half. He'll be here. I never needed Michael more than I did in that moment, honestly, except for maybe when I lost the baby. And 5 minutes before Michael walked in the door, I got a message from a fan, a Coffee Talk fan, that said, hey, look what my husband was doing today. He was playing golf with your husband. And I thought, no, that's not possible. My husband was working. And she said, no, look, here's a picture of them on the golf course together. Now, I don't know if you've ever heard the sound of a woman's heart breaking. I don't know if you've ever heard the sound of a woman's heart breaking. Actually breaking. The moment it breaks. Have you ever heard the sound? It sounds something like a garbage truck running over a cat. It is a wail that comes from so deep inside her that it's not a sound that can be recreated. There is a reason why they don't have the proper sound of a woman's heart actually breaking in movies, because you can't recreate it. It is something so guttural and so real. It is something that can be heard from the inside of your head. It can't even come out of your mouth. It is a sound that your body makes, like an alarm that shoots from your heart up through your ears to the back of the base of your skull, and you can only hear it in your mind. It is a guttural scream that only comes when your heart has actually been broken, and you can't recreate it. You can only hear it and you can only feel it. And if you're a woman who has ever had her heart literally broken, you know the sound I'm talking about. And when he walked through the door and he said, I'm here, I'm home, I came, I looked him dead square in the face and I said, did you play golf today? And he said, what? And I said, did you play golf today? And he said, yes, I did. And I realized that not only did my husband play golf while my heart was broken, while I was crying on the floor that I needed him, but he actually showered and changed back into his suit so I wouldn't know. Now, I want you to process that for a second, ladies. I want you to swallow that for a second. Was he with another woman? No. Did it matter to me? No. Whether he was with another woman, whether he was gambling our mortgage away, whatever it was, he had no truth but to tell. He had no choice, Amanda, but to tell me the truth. I had pictures of him on the golf course, honey. What was he going to do? What was he going to do? Really? You think he was going to volunteer it when he walked in? You were on the floor all day crying. I should now's probably a good time for me to tell you I wasn't really working. I was playing golf. My thought was, how does somebody who loves me even want to play golf if I'm hurting that bad? Think about that. Do you think if my husband ever called me shattered and said the words, Jamie, I need you, that I would go shopping? Let me run to Saks and walk around for 4 hours before I come home and get you off the floor. No. At that moment, I realized that my heart had actually been broken. That as an adult, my heart had been broken the way it was when I was 17. And that it happens to adults, and that it happens to mommies, and that it happens to, whatever. So I sat in a daze for 2 days. 2 days I sat in bed staring at the wall going, my career, my financial, the people I trusted betrayed me. All of the people that I worked with lied to my face. My husband forsake me. He doesn't care what. So how do you come back from that, Brittany? So I told Michael that I wanted a divorce. Because the truth is I did. I wanted a divorce. I didn't want to be married to someone who could play golf while I was on the floor. I'm sure you can understand that. I just didn't want to do it. I was literally so broken at that point and so in so much pain. And all the while doing coffee talk for you guys every day. Going, what can I give? What is left of me that I could give to another woman? This is your challenge, Jamie. This is what you have been called for. This is your calling in life, to get up and speak for other people because they need you. So get up and speak for them while you are dying, while the sound of a garbage truck running over a cat is shooting through the back of your head into the base of your skull. Get up and speak to women and lift them and love them back to life, even though you feel like you are dying. And I suffered in silence for a few days, numb, walking through life like numb in a fog. Just, I don't know who or what I am. And he didn't want a divorce. He wanted to be forgiven. So we went to counseling. And the counselor said, will you give it 3 months? 3 months. Will you come once a week for 3 months? And I thought, I've given it 10 years. What's 3 more months? And the first few weeks, I remember thinking, this is never going to work. The scream will never stop. I'll never look at you the same. I'll always look at you as the guy who went to play golf while my heart was breaking. I'll always look at you as a liar. I'll always look at you as a piece of shit. I'll always look at you the way I looked at the boy who broke my heart when I was 17, except now I'm 40 or 39 with 3 kids and I can't go anywhere and I feel trapped and I hate everyone and my heart is breaking and I can't make the screaming stop in my head. Yet here we are with a mortgage and 3 children and a responsibility and a church and a community and a life and a marriage and vows, and I can't run away, and here I am, numb, passing an emotional kidney stone that is killing me. That's what it feels like to go to marriage counseling. You want to know what it feels like? People think you hold hands and you walk in like, we're going to do this. We're committed because it's marriage. And then you guys wonder why I celebrate every week. So we went every week in the first few weeks. I was not interested. And then 1 week, the screaming was not as loud, and I was able to hear him a little bit more. And the next week, the screaming was a little lower. And I started to let him near me, physically near my space. And then the next week, the screaming was less, and so on and so forth. And he read the books, and he did the work, and he figured out the love language, and he talked the talk, and blah, blah, blah. And I realized that I could forgive, and he deserved grace because I'm not perfect. But I share this with you because it's Coffee Talk, and that's what we do, right? We share honest stories about life and pain and healing, because I want you to know that the screaming does eventually stop. And while you don't forget that they broke your heart, you don't forget that they hurt you, you do learn to forgive. You will laugh again when something is really funny. You will allow him to put his arms around you again. You will kiss him again, and the first few times it may feel forced, and then eventually you will long for that warm, familiar feeling of his body. You will catch him in his underwear one day and think, all right, you're still cute, you have a nice ass, whatever. You will look at the babies you made together and think, we've done good in this life together, and we can make it work. We can. Hi, babe. You will even want to call him babe again and mean it. It doesn't mean the pain didn't happen. It doesn't mean they didn't break your heart. But you keep going. So when Michael and I share every week, when we go out for date night, like we will tonight, and we'll take a picture, and I will say, we made it another week, and then I try to be honest with you about how bad we were a year ago. 1 year, I was filing for divorce, and here we are. I just want you to know the screaming stops. I just need you to know that. You will get up off the floor. The screaming will stop. You will, if you want to, you can fix it. You can fix it. He has to want to fix it too, though. If they don't put the work in, it won't work. Forgiving is not the same as forgetting, Erica Ward. That is the truest thing I have ever read. If you have made it to the end of this story, I love you guys very much. Please share this video, because I promise you somebody needs to hear this. It's so easy to just hit share and encourage your friends to listen. Please help me spread the word. Help me love other women back to life, because somebody else right now is hearing that scream in the back of their head, in the base of their skull, and thinks it'll never stop. Jamie Emery, thank you for sharing this video. Thank you. I love you guys so much today. Have a great day.